What's going on, everybody? I'm Justin, and this is the 4th episode of Game Rants. And today, I have my friend Ashley
what's up?
on the podcast. She was very passionate about coming on the podcast, as you saw in the episode I did with me and Jake. For our off-topic discussion today, Ashley wanted to play a game, so I came up with a game. We're going to do some word association. Yay! Because this isn't cheesy at all. Yeah. You are aware people can't see you not like shaking your head, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I was just checking. I'm going to say a word, and then Ashley's going to say the first word that pops into her head. Are you ready?
So ready.
Okay. Box.
Office.
Office?
Movies. Box office.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Keyboard.
Nerd.
Okay. Cup.
I can't say the first thing that came to my mind. Water.
Well, technically, you just violated the...
Yeah, but it was not appropriate.
All right, whatever. I'll be the one to deem that. Mouse.
Pad.
That makes sense. Sock.
Missing.
I can't think of another one. Okay, that was a test idea. If you have any other games that you want me to play, like word association or whatever, go ahead and leave a comment below. But basically, today Ashley and I are going to be talking about a woman's perspective on video games, because Ashley was very passionate that I need some female representation on my show. So, Ashley, what do you have to say?
Well, I mean, you asked my husband instead of me.
I was planning on having you on at some point. It's not like I was like, oh, hey, Jake, I just want you. I don't want your wife at all.
So far, your first, 3 podcasts have only been guys.
Yes, because
I just figured you need to mix it up a little.
That's generally the audience that video games appeal to.
Is it, though? In
my personal opinion, yes.
Well, that's why I'm on.
Well, great.
We're going
Ashley,
to change your opinion.
We're going to change my opinion. Okay, Ashley, why is my opinion false? Why do you believe that?
There's plenty of girls who love to game.
I think in general there's more men.
Yeah, that's true. But that's why I'm on.
Ashley, do you consider yourself a gamer?
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't speak your game language.
That's the point.
But that doesn't mean you're not a gamer.
Define gamer, like your definition.
Okay, anyone who on their own wants to play a video game with no one else around, that's a gamer.
Okay, I will look up the definition of gamer on my cell phone.
What makes you a true gamer?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know, so I'm going to look it up, because this is probably something I should have done pre-podcast, but you want to know what? I am going to do it during the podcast. Okay. A gamer is a person who plays video games or participates in role-playing games.
There you go.
That is literally the stupidest definition I've ever heard. Okay, let's try Urban Dictionary. Maybe they got it better.
No. But that's the thing. Girl or guy, you can be a gamer.
I understand that, but I think generally that generally it's more of a male-dominated thing, which I'm not saying is necessarily a good thing. I'm not saying is necessarily a bad thing, but it's just kind of how it is. So, actually, I'm going to ask you my comment question, actually, which is a little early and a little out of order, but whatever.
YOLO.
Why do you think that women don't play video games? Why do you think, what deters women from playing video games?
Probably how you grew up.
Okay.
I grew up with my best friend being a guy. So I was a little bit more tomboyish. And I grew up playing video games with my dad. We had a lot of Halo game nights. And then all the dads and the sons, and then me and my dad would get together and we would have like huge Halo matches. So I think that has a ton to do with why I love to play video games still. So
it's more, you're saying it's more of a environmental influence rather than
probably
it being like you sought it out yourself. Because I would say the same thing for me too. Like it was My brother got an N64 for like his 8th birthday, I think that was. Yeah, and that was just in my environment. So I always had like my brother to play video games with me, and I mean our dad would play sometimes. I think my mom's maybe played like 2 video games, like Wii Fit
Right.
and Wii Sports, but that's like it. So yeah, I mean, is there any way that you think the video game industry could appeal more to women? Because I'm curious myself to hear your opinion on that.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't think anyone's doing anything like towards, like leaning more towards guys than women. I mean, there's more girls that are coming out with not podcasts, probably more like YouTube videos or things that are gamers that talk. Like, I know Jenna Marbles is a gamer. She plays, oh no, what's that game you and Jake were talking about?
Fortnite?
No, I know Fortnite. The other one.
The other one?
The one, oh my gosh, this is embarrassing.
What like, describe the genre.
It's also something where you can like watch and a ton of people play. It's on the tip of my tongue. This is really gonna bug me.
Would it be, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no.
PUBG.
PUBG. I know Jenna Marbles plays PUBG, and she has like a channel
Yeah.
where she records her playing it. So there are girl gamers out there.
Oh, for sure. I think they are too, but I think they're few. I still think they're fewer and far between, which is not totally necessarily true.
For sure.
I think also, from a personal perspective, I'm a guy, so obviously I can't like, I'm not like super informed on this topic. But I think personally, something that the gaming industry could do is maybe make more like women main characters. Maybe
That's
something
true.
like that would be more appealing, because generally it's they're targeting a male audience, because that's the audience they know they can get, and they'll get like every time. Like if you look at a standard AAA game, I don't know if you know what that means. AAA is like super. It's like your game that like is developed by like a super well-known developer like Rockstar, Naughty Dog, even though everything I just said is in a completely foreign language to you.
Basically, yeah.
Basically, they're just games developed by a big developer like
Gotcha.
Ubisoft. They do the Just Dance games.
Yeah.
But what I was saying was those AAA developers can maybe go with a female character like the Tomb Raider series. It's Lara Croft. I mean, very standard female character. Or like just kind of having that more throughout. And I think we've done better. The gaming industry has done better as a whole, going that direction, especially in our society and in our culture, just the way it's moving.
Yeah.
But I think there's still like room for improvement, and there's still room to
sure.
Room to move forward is basically what I'm thinking. But yeah.
I mean, I think also, like, growing up playing video games, a lot of my guy friends, they let me play, but they still acted like, oh, you're a girl. Like, you aren't going to be any good at this.
Oh, for sure.
So, I mean, that only makes me more motivated to want to play them then and prove them wrong. But I think that also might have something to do with why girls growing up maybe don't play, because maybe their guy friends think they wouldn't like it or whatever the case is.
Yeah, I think gender stereotype definitely has a lot to do with it as well. And I just think sometimes it's like, it's not necessarily readily, what's the words I'm looking for? It's not like super accessible to everybody. Like you have to like learn a lot of controls, and like there's a lot of like nuanced details. I know the games that I play particularly, I play a lot of RPGs, if you even know what that stands for. Do you know what that stands for? It's role-playing game. So basically what you do is you play like one character, or you play a party of characters, and you go around and you like beat up people and do that kind of thing. So it has like a lot of nuances and a lot of different mechanics that you have to like learn through as you go out throughout the game, and each game is different.
Right.
So you can't just like go, oh, okay, this game has like a combat pyramid where like, or a combat system where I just smash this button over and over again. That may be one game, but it's not going to be this one.
Right.
So it in each game tries to like spice it up a little bit. So I don't know if that's intimidating to people, which it probably is.
I've played with some girlfriends in the last few years, and if they haven't played video games before, picking up a controller, they don't even know like what the stick does or anything. Like they're over there like looking up at the sky because they don't even know how to use the controller. So that probably has a lot to do with it too. I mean, growing up playing Nintendo and a bunch of racing games, Halo, all kinds of things. Like, I think there's a ton I need to learn more. I'm not the greatest shooter, to be honest with you.
Oh, neither am I.
But I think it's definitely helped me pick up games easier because I've played a lot of games growing up.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Like I've seen people pick up like any controller and be like, there's like so many buttons on here. Like if you look at some of the first controllers that ever came out, like they have a knob, like literally
And they have, like, A and B.
like a volume. No, they have a volume knob and like a single button.
Yeah.
That's it. Like that was like that's like a 1958, like the first accredited video game for entertainment purposes. But even if you look at like the original Nintendo Entertainment System, you have a D-pad, 4 buttons. You have select, start, A and B.
Right.
That's 8 buttons.
Right.
If you look at a standard Xbox One controller, you have left bumper, right trigger, left trigger, the Xbox button, A, B, X, Y, start, select,
Right.
D-pad, sticks. I mean, I don't even know if I got everything. Excuse me, but yeah, I mean, it's just it's very. I can understand how it being very overwhelming. I mean, I started from the beginning, and it's just so ingrained in my muscle memory at this point that it's just like this. I can just pick this up, and it's good to go.
It's like a sixth sense.
Yeah, it definitely becomes a sixth sense. And I mean, even with PC gaming is a whole different beast. I haven't even touched on that. Like, you have a keyboard, which does like, and there's like shortcuts, and it's completely foreign to me. And like the mouse, and I personally like a controller. I feel at home with a controller.
For
Like,
sure.
I will plug a controller into my PC, and people will be like, "What are you doing? This is a PC."
Sure.
I'm all like, "This is I use a controller." I like a controller
hated
better.
in Wii when they want, like, if you're doing a racing game and they want you to just have your controller and like turn it sideways or whatever. That is so confusing to me.
So you don't like motion controls, is what you're saying?
No, I do not.
Because some
If
people
you had the one where it's like the wheel, because I know you could like put the
Wiimote
into a wheel, that would help. But when
Okay.
you're just like holding on to a Wii, that is so weird. I don't know.
just holding onto the controller itself and trying to do motion
Yes,
controls.
I do not like that.
Because some people would argue that motion controls make it more accessible. Do you think that's true?
I don't know. I've only tried it a few times. I was not a fan. So maybe
so-
if I stuck with it, it'd become easier.
Yeah, but I
But-
think the point of the motion controls is to try to make it more realistic and make
Yeah.
it more accessible to people like yourself, or
Yeah,
like
I can
somebody
see
who
that.
isn't like super used to like a controller setup, like
Right.
making it feel like more natural right from the beginning.
Yeah, I could see that. Just not a fan of that.
Yeah, like the Wii. That's why the Wii was so popular, because it
like-
took the simple concept of motion controls and
Yeah, I guess.
brought it into the century, kind of.
I mean, it was easy with like Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh, yeah.
Not Dance Dance. What's
Just
it?
Dance.
Just Dance.
Yeah.
Like that stuff's easy.
I mean, you could argue Dance Dance Revolution too, the dance pad. I mean, that's like
Yeah,
4
I
buttons.
Yeah. But when you start to like drive with the Wii remote like that, that's where it got weird for me.
Like, but if you put it in like,
If you put it up and down, like how it normally is, that I understand. You put it sideways, then my brain all of a sudden is not understanding how on earth you're supposed to remember.
so so the orientation of the controller confuses you. Okay,
Yes.
because there are some games where it'll mess up, like there will be initial things programmed in that'll mess up your controls on purpose. Because like it'll be trying to confuse you.
Well, I don't need that. Already.
Well, sometimes you don't really have a choice. You kind of have to deal with it, because
Yeah.
it's like only like it's like maybe for like a minute or whatever they feel like timing it out for, but it'll like reverse your controls like you have rotated the controller, like you've done a 180 with the controller.
That is so weird.
And your controls will be reversed.
I would hate that.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying. I don't think that makes the game very accessible either. But yeah, the Wii especially tried to make like different peripherals. If I'm even pronouncing that word right, I doubt I am. My brother will probably come in and tell me I'm pronouncing it wrong, but whatever. They tried to make a lot of plastic things
Yeah.
to put the controller in to make it more accessible,
Right.
to make it easier for people.
Does anyone even use the Wii still? I mean, I have one.
Well, that was 2 console generations ago. So it was the Wii.
But it was after Xbox, right?
Which Xbox? You have to be more specific.
The original Xbox.
Yes, it was after the original Xbox.
Well, because I still use an Xbox.
No, you use an Xbox 360.
I use... Oh, you're right. I got rid of my Xbox. Now I have an Xbox 360.
No, because
and Jake has an Xbox One.
Yeah, how it works is it's the Xbox, the PlayStation 2, and the GameCube. That was one console generation. I believe it's called that. I believe that's Generation 6. And then Generation 7 is like it's the PS3, the Xbox 360, and the Wii U. And then this generation is the oh wait, I skipped to the Wii. So the Wii's in that slot too. The Wii is like, because Nintendo's weird, they kind of do their own thing.
Yeah.
So that generation, the 7th generation is the PS3, the Xbox 360, and then the Wii. And then the this generation that we're currently on, 8th generation, is the PS4/PS4 Pro, which the difference between the two of those is one does 4K. The PS4 Pro does 4K. It's just a different frame for your television so you can see things better.
Right.
It makes the picture look pretty. Pretty much put it in layman's terms. And then you have the Xbox One and the Xbox One X, which is the same thing as the PS4 Pro, so it just makes the picture look prettier.
There are so many things.
And then you have the Wii U, which was it was kind of like a sequel console. It confused a lot of people. Like, if I say Wii U, it's like a lot of people just imagine the tablet.
Yeah.
But it's not just the tablet. It's an entirely new console.
Gotcha.
It only sold about 10 million units worldwide, which is very crappy.
Yikes.
For a console, especially a main home console. It's the worst selling console of all time, besides Nintendo's Virtual Boy, which was a console that it was on a table, and it was on a table, and you looked into it. I'll show you a picture.
No
I'll put a
way.
picture up on screen right here for those of you that don't know what the Virtual Boy looks like. It's literally a console that you put on a table, and you look through it. It looks like a giant pair of binoculars, and you only see the color red.
What?
Yep, and you hold the controller and you play games on it.
What is the point of that? Make you go angry, crazy?
Nope, that is just an idea Nintendo had.
That cannot be good
It was
for you.
also 3D too. It was way ahead of its time, and they just needed better technology. They incorporated some of that technology later on in the 3DS, which is the portable. But anyways, yeah, and then the Switch is kind of in that.
You have the Switch, don't you?
I do. We actually own 2 in this house. One's my brother's and one's mine.
I mean, now that I think about it, I guess the Wii was like super popular when I was like a senior.
Yeah, it was
that's
a
like
long time
6
ago.
years ago.
It was
Or 7.
oh no, it was a while.
How
The
long have I
Wii
been
the
out of
Wii
high
came out in
I know, but I remember like
2007.
that's true. I
believe.
mean, like I guess my junior and senior year was when we did Wii the most.
The Wii came out in November 2006.
Jeez.
Yep, and I think the lifespan was till about 2011, 2012, because a console
I
console
graduated.
lifespan's generally about 5 years.
Yeah, because I graduated in 2012, and I remember playing that a ton with my girlfriends. Our senior year.
Yeah, yeah, and that was right when about the Wii U was coming out. I didn't buy a Wii U till about the year into the life cycle, and I can talk about, I could have a whole podcast on that piece of garbage. No offense, I love that thing, but still, it's a hot mess. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of a short version, and I just think even that, like, literally everything I just told you is pretty overwhelming.
I mean, I'm just amazed at how much you know.
I mean,
You just like wake up and you like get on the computer and do your research on your.
I don't really do
Gaming?
I don't really do research. I mean, I generally just
know?
I just know it.
Just know all.
Yeah, just from like being around it all the time, and I watch YouTube videos a lot on like different video games, and I try to keep myself.
See, I love gaming, but when you start talking gaming, you lose me.
I have been doing it for
A minute
probably about 20 years at this point. Yeah, probably about
just
20
came out.
years.
talking.
No, I did not come out talking. I didn't talk till I was like 3.
What?
Yeah, 100%.
What?
True.
Your first word is
True
like
Justin Ewing fact. I didn't
First
talk
word,
till I
like-
was 3, and I haven't shut up since.
Pokemon.
No, I didn't play my first Pokemon game until I was 7.
I wasn't allowed to play Pokemon. Wasn't allowed to own the cards.
Hard life.
Hard knock life.
Yeah, I didn't play my first Pokemon game until I was 7. I literally, I played my brothers are gonna be screaming at the computer at this point. I was playing my brother's blue version, and I caught a Bellsprout with a Master Ball. Now, if you don't know what any of that means,
You lost me already.
the Master Ball is the rarest Pokeball you can possibly have. You can throw it at anything, and it catches anything. And I caught a Pokemon that you can literally find anywhere with a Master Ball, the only one in the game.
Wow.
And I used my brother's, and he got
wow.
mad. I didn't know what I was doing. Of course,
That's like that time that Jake won Fortnite on my...
pretty much, yeah, pretty much. Except that was a good thing, and this is a bad thing.
Bad thing for him.
Well,
Good thing for you.
yeah, bad thing for my
Or
brother.
the other way around. 'Cause
Whatever.
You don't get the credit.
No, I don't get the credit, but I mean, who wants
you
a
helped
who
him.
wants a Bellsprout and a Master Ball?
I don't know. You just spoke a different language to me, so...
I do that. I do that a lot. I told you.
I know.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and ask the comment a question. Why do you guys think that women don't play video games? Go ahead and leave a comment below. Ashley and I will be in the comments. Love to read your guys' responses. Also, random fact time. Ashley,
no,
you have
no.
a...
Before we get to the random
Oh, okay.
let's go back. Because I
Oh.
listened to your and Jake's podcasts on Fortnite.
Okay.
Much to debunk and discuss. You guys are wrong.
How are...
First of all, why do you guys want to get rid of building? Just because you're not good at building, you want to get rid of building?
All right, before Ashley gets out of control, she can leave a comment in the comment section below.
Come on, let's discuss. Why?
I would want to get rid of building because it's like just have a different mode
Because
for
you're
it.
not good at it.
Yeah, pretty much. We stated that in the podcast.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you have to get rid of it for everyone else.
Well, we wouldn't. We would. That's just a personal opinion of ours.
Well, I personally think it's still fun to do.
All right, are you done arguing my
No.
opinion? Okay.
I wanted to come on here and talk about Fortnite because you asked the wrong person about Fortnite. You were
I
supposed
did.
to ask me about Fortnite.
I will promise you on this episode of the podcast, I will do a Fortnite part 2 with you.
Right now.
Right now?
Right now.
Right now.
The people need to know everything you guys were wrong about.
All right, go ahead and leave a comment below if you want me and Ashley to do a Fortnite part 2 where she rips everything I said in that video apart.
It's true.
All right, Ashley, now it's random facts time.
All right. Okay. Let's see. I wrote it down.
She wrote it down.
All right. Did you know that John Mayer played guitar on 2 of the tracks of Halo 2?
I did not know that. And it's a gaming fact. Good job, Ashley. You did better than your husband.
Yeah, I know that.
Because your husband's all like,
That's
did
the
you
whole
know
reason I
that
came on
Walmart,
here.
blah, 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 blah.
I came on here to tell you I would do a better job. Then
Oh, Lord, I'm going to start some
Anyone
marital
else.
arguments with my show.
no.
All right, guys.
You guys are just wrong
If we're wrong. All right.
about so much with Fortnite.
We'll discuss that on a later episode. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's the red button down below in the video. It lets you know when I post stuff, whatever I'm posting that week. Also, go ahead and leave a like on this video. That lets me know that you guys like the content, and it lets me know that, hey, you should produce more of this. It's good. And yeah, go ahead and leave a comment below, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. Hope you have a good one. You can say something.
I'll be back, people. I'll let you know the real truth about Fortnite. So stay tuned.
Look forward to Fortnite Part 2, I guess.
Lit.